Hey everyone, it's your favorite video gaming mad scientist, Dr. Scott. Welcome back to the Game Closet. The PlayStation 4 is 10 years old this year, and one of the best features of the PlayStation 5 is that it's completely backward compatible with the entire PS4 library. There have been a lot of great titles for the console over the last decade. All of them, of course, will play on this baby right here, and some are available on other platforms, so you don't have to be left out if you don't have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5. Hey, enough talking about these gems. Let's see them. Subscribe style. Song of the Deep. Insomniac Games developed many great titles over the years like Spyro the Dragon, Resistance Fall of Man, and Spider-Man. In this Metroidvania-style game, you play as Marin, a little girl captaining a self-built submarine searching for her father in the ocean after he goes missing. Her father was one to tell bedtime story tall tales of his previous adventures in the ocean. On Marin's adventures, however, she makes discoveries of her own that make her realize her dad wasn't just weaving spellbinding tales. During her deep dive into the abyss, Marin explores the sea, solves puzzles, and does get into a few underwater scuffles. It's a beautifully crafted game. Now, I originally watched my wife, Mrs. Dr. Scott, play this for quite a while, so I decided I have to try this because I was watching her play it, and sometimes it's just a different thing, you getting the controls and doing it yourself. Now, I've played Abzu, that is another underwater adventure, but not quite like this. That's more of just kind of a relaxing chill through the ocean. But as Marin in this little submarine, there are threats, and you will have to be careful. Otherwise, well, you might just get deep sixed. Untitled Goose Game, or if you're playing it co-op, Untitled Geese Game. Are you ready for some mischief? Do you want to be a complete jerk to everyone you encounter? No, this isn't about Amber Heard. This game is about being a goose, or geese, since the game can be played couch co-op, and causing complete and utter chaos. House made a stylized masterpiece with Untitled Goose Game. You play as a goose, and you go around this village bugging the hell out of the villagers you encounter. But what you are really doing is solving puzzles and crossing things off your list to move on to the next task. Whether it's the gardener and the artist and her neighbor trying to read the paper, or workers and patrons at a nearby restaurant, you get to screw with everybody you encounter. Untitled Goose Game is that simple to explain, and yes, even though you're being a jerk, it is a very charming game. But it's not actually that simple to play. You'll have to use your noggin, and play with a friend is double the mayhem and double the fun. Guaranteed you'll get the giggles while playing, and the best part is you won't step in any actual goose poop at all. It's fun and it's funny, and you may think, that game isn't for me. Trust me, this game is for you. Shut up, troublemaker. This guy. Ninja Saviors: Return of the Warriors. We are entering arcade remake territory. In 1987, Taito created the Ninja Warriors arcade game, which had 3 side-by-side CRT screens in order to make it widescreen. It was a revolutionary and fun game that my slightly older brother Greg and I played ad nauseum. Then in 1994, Natsumi Atari developed the Super Nintendo title, and it was a fairly faithful translation to the arcade title, and it's quite expensive today if you try to get hold of it. Fast forward to 2019, and the game has been completely remade with a 16:9 aspect ratio, 3 characters to choose from, 5 total if you beat the game, and it's hard as nails. As you can see here, it's an arcade side-scrolling beat-em-up where you play as android ninjas fighting a dictator and his army of goons and their evil cohorts. By the way, I love the word goons. It has an amazing soundtrack and fun yet frustrating gameplay that'll have you mashing buttons and trying to figure out how to get past your next checkpoint. It took me a while because listen, if I had a roll of quarters here, that roll would be gone and I'd be asking for another roll of quarters from somebody else. So you better thank your lucky stars you don't have to plunk anything into an arcade game because you'd lose your house to the Ninja Saviors. Owlboy. I absolutely stink at most platform games. Oh, it's true. I mean, I like playing them, but I just stink. But there are some that I do well at, and one of them is this beautiful game, Owlboy. After a world-altering cataclysm, the world is now a sky full of islands. You are Otis, an owl-like boy who is on an airborne adventure to save his village from the pirates that attack his people, the owls, and he learns more about himself and his people along the way. As the game progresses, you meet new friends with unique weapons that help you solve puzzles in Otis's Sky World. It's a fairly unique title that's done really, really well, and if I can play it and enjoy it, you will too. Well, there is a slight learning curve for me because, of course, I'm not very good at platformers. However, it is a very good game. The controls are not that bad. Like I said, slight learning curve if you're not very good at platformers, like me, but it's a very enjoyable game and it's very charming. So if you like inexpensive platformers that you've never tried and you'd like to take to the skies, Owlboy is right up your alley? Airway? I don't know. Throw your own pun in there. I've got nothing. Deadlight Director's Cut. Deadlight is a side-scrolling zombie survival horror game that is also a platformer. Yes, this is one of those platformers that I am actually not bad at. It reminds me of Shadow Complex meets Limbo with a touch of Mirror's Edge. I know that sounds strange, but there's kind of some parkour in here. Here's the plot. It's Seattle, 1986. It's about 6 months after the zombie outbreak. You are Randall Wayne, looking for his family with a coworker in tow, Ben Parker. Not that Ben Parker. The story itself can get quite complex, but you have puzzles and zombies, they call them shadows, that can gang up on you, and boy do they gang up on you. You have to use your wit, your weapons, and a little bit of patience, and a little bit of parkour. Deadlight is a dark, moody cinematic journey through the zombie apocalypse, and it's worth every second you play it. Rad Rodgers. Rad is an atypical kid with a vivid imagination. He also plays way too many video games. Sound like anybody you know? One night after playing games for a few hours, he falls asleep then is sucked into his TV, a la Tron style. When he pops out of the other side of the TV vortex, he finds himself in a video game world where he is the center of his own game universe. Game gets crazier yet as his gaming console, Rusty, who has a good heart, he foams at the mouth with attitude. Rusty is voiced by the actor who plays Duke Nukem, John St. John, but he sounds like Lewis Black and it makes it all the funnier. His smart-ass quips and the colorful action are the reason to keep playing this game long after you've finished it. It's another platformer filled with fun, laughs, action, and danger, and it doesn't lack creativity whatsoever. Republique is a stealth action-adventure game with a lot of heart. Transpiring in a totalitarian state similar to 1984 and V for Vendetta, you play as the person helping the main character, Hope, a woman locked inside a corporate facility. As the player, you communicate with Hope through surveillance cameras, phones, and computers, monitoring her movements to get her through the facility, as she hopes to pick up clues along the way. You even unlock doors for her. It's very complex to explain in a short blurb like this, but one thing I can tell you is that Republique does not disappoint, and you'll be surprised by its amazing story and unique gameplay. ToeJam and Earl, back in the groove. The fourth entry in the ToeJam and Earl franchise is the very first one that Sega was completely hands off. Yes, they had absolutely nothing to do with this. However, someone who did have a great deal to do with it was Kevin McAllister himself, Macaulay Culkin.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Yes, he co-produced because he is a huge fan of the series. If Macaulay hadn't gotten involved and forked over the cash, it may never have come to be.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
But about the game, Back in the Groove goes back to its origins by looking and playing mostly like the original game ToeJam and Earl, a Sega Genesis exclusive at the time of release. In this game, you can play couch or online co-op with your choice of up to 9 different characters. The game does implement some other more popular elements from the other ToeJam and Earl games, and it's fine-tuned for maximum funkability. Your characters explore Earth Island searching for the pieces to their Rapmaster rocket, plus they open all new presents as they navigate the secret locations and the unpredictable nature of the planet. ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove is funky and fantastic, and I hope to see a 5th entry very soon.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Bomb Chicken. Have you ever been called a chicken? Well, in Bomb Chicken, that's exactly what you are. A chicken that can lay bombs. This amazing and humorous puzzler will keep you occupied for hours. Your chicken was involved in an accident with an ominous sauce created by the BFC fast food company. So now this little clucker can stack bombs in order to propel himself upward to higher platforms. You blow up enemies and obstacles with your bombs to achieve your goal of getting to the next level. But watch out, your little birdie can only take one hit before he loses a life. You can get more lives by finishing levels, but lose all of your lives and it's off to the big deep fryer in the sky. It's fun, it's silly, and it's finger-clucking good. Victor Vran Overkill Edition.
Whatever haunts this cursed city, I will face to find my friend.
I love a good dungeon crawler or action RPG, and Victor Vran is a really good one. Victor Vran is a demon hunter who is helping the people of Zagoravia fight off demons, monsters, and the undead. All while playing the game, a mysterious voice talks to you and taunts you. It's fun, and the menacing voice actually becomes somewhat annoying. And that's by design. Well, some villains are annoying, aren't they? Like all action RPG games of its ilk, you'll upgrade your character and weapons in multiple creative ways, and one weapon that Victor wields is a firearm. Of course, there will be the obvious comparisons to Diablo 3 or Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, but Victor Vran has a flavor all of its own, especially with the available disc DLC with the Overkill Edition like Fractured Worlds and the Motorhead Through the Ages levels. Yes, that Motorhead. Featuring songs from Motorhead, 3 worlds inspired by Motorhead's music, and special Motorhead demon powers. And that's just the tip of the Orgasmatron iceberg. Players can play couch co-op with 2 people or online with up to 4 players. It's a big game, and if you've played through Diablo 3, and you're not ready to get the annoyance-laden Diablo 4 yet, Victor Vran is inexpensive and a hell of a great time. Is there a favorite game from PS4 that's not a AAA title and you think it was looked over? Let me know down in the comments. Now, do you enjoy some of these gems already? Let me know about your favorite experiences. I would really love to hear about them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video on your favorite social media platform with your friends, because we here at Game Closet feel more the merrier, and we love to see new friends here in the Game Closet. We'll see you very soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm spread the video to more awesome people just like you. Subscribe for more here in Dr. Scott's Game Closet, and there's plenty more where this one came from, so click on a video for more video game shenanigans. We'll see you all very soon.